skills that is crucial for techies and even people in other industries outside tech. So there are many things that we can talk about when it comes to soft skills. Um, these are skills that are not very technical per se, uh, but they have to do with our interaction with others, and some are born with these soft skills. Almost all of us are born with one soft skills or the other, but these are things that we are required to deliberately build in order to achieve success in our endeavors. So soft skills are very crucial for almost everyone. In one way or the other, you will need it. We need it on a daily basis to be able to build ourselves and achieve what we want to achieve. This has become a very big problem for many people, even though they may be technically gifted. They may be very special in one thing or the other. Before I go deep into this, I would like to ask if anyone has watched this series, Big Bang Theory. Anybody on this call that has watched Big Bang Theory? Yes, we have people that have watched Big Bang Theory on this call, right? So you will see, you will agree with me that Sheldon Cooper uh, was a very gifted fellow, right? Very gifted person, and Victoria, you might want to mute your mic. Yeah, thank you. So a very gifted fellow, but he lacked a lot of soft skills. Which one is communication? One of the key soft skills we have is communication, and so you can see, and it became a problem at different occasions. That was a problem for him, right? So no matter how gifted you are, these are things that are crucial, and these are things that can make or break you. So one of these soft skills, I picked a key soft skill I'll be talking about today. Is something it's just one of those soft skills. There are many other things, but I just picked this one: building a professional network. Building a professional network. Um, we'll just go through it together. Hopefully, you can learn one or two uh, with it. Hello, can you still see my screen?
No, we can't.
Okay. Okay. So what are we referring to here when we say building a professional network, right? Building a professional network is in common time what we usually call it is networking. It's the same thing that it means when you say networking. It's the same thing. When you say networking, you're talking about building a professional network, and this has to do with you connecting with people uh, within uh, a specific industry, professional in that field, in order to you know enlarge your horizon, the chances of you making a good career from these connections that you will be building. Hello,
You stop speaking. We can hear
can
you.
you hear
I
me?
mean, I can hear.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. So we'll talk about the importance of building a professional network, or the importance of networking. Um, one of the importance is that the opportunities that you have when you build a good network, a good professional network, is that the chances of you getting uh, job
You stay.
opportunities or opportunity to grow in your career, to elevate, to go from one low point to a higher point, it significantly increases. It increases. One funny thing is that people may be crying that there are no jobs, but there are people that are in a position that they can decide to give you a job, right? One thing or the other will lead them to you. There is a decision that they make, but they will make that decision based on certain reason. Maybe they have worked with you before, even in income, it has happened, right? Maybe someone has worked with you here, he's familiar with your personality, he's familiar with your expertise. Maybe you guys flow, maybe you guys worked on a particular project and he enjoyed the way you guys worked. So he moved on to another company, and there's a huge opportunity, right? And he said, okay, they need a designer, and I've worked with Sophia. I trust her work. I think I can bring her on. She may be looking for a job, and that job they may not even be at, like, it may not be even be put out. They may not be advert for that job actually, but he can bring someone in without interview, without nothing, without even them checking your CV. Yeah, just because that person recommend you. So actually, there are key positions that actually people just get, that people usually get just because of recommendation. So when you build such network, it gives you this opportunity. People can call you, okay, I think this person can do this job. I like the way we work. So that's one of the importance of professional networking. It is very key. It is very important that as a techie you build on that. Please, it is dangerous for you to say that you will work hard for everything. I know this may not sound wise. This may not sound wise, but it's unfortunate for you to be in a position that everything that you need to work hard for it. It's exhausting. It may sound noble for you to work hard for everything, but it's exhausting. You have limited time, you have limited strength, you have limited resources. You can't work hard for everything. Some things you should be able to get them on a platter simply because of networking, and is a leverage that we all need, right? Is a leverage that we all need. So yeah, we'll talk about some more later. And one of those things is that as you network professionally, you will meet people at different level, even within your industry. You may see people that are veterans, more advanced than you, more skilled, or more experienced, right? Such people, you can actually go to them for some sort of support or for some sort of advice, right? So if I need someone, even outside my knowledge track, outside my niche, I know someone. Currently, I'm working on a project, and one of those things that we'll be talking about that is a key for the project is Gemini, which is an AI model, just like ChatGPT. So, right, I want to um, give someone some responsibility, um, or get some sort of support actually from someone that I know is within that field and may know more about Gemini more than I do, right? So this is one of those things that we're talking about because we have a connection with the person, right? I am thinking of reaching out to him for support and also advice. So these are some of those things that are very crucial. Imagine now you're outside Bincom. Some of you, some of us on this call have direct access with Mr. Badi. Imagine you want to ask for advice, you can solicit for advice, and with his wealth of experience, he can advise and save you so much stress, right? Yeah, and we can also the last point is open doors for collaborations and partnership. So you can actually collaborate with people within your network, and also partnerships that can benefit you and that can equally benefit the people you are partnering with. So these are some of the there's more to this actually. There's more to this, but I think this is the summary of what generalizes the importance of networking or the benefit of networking. Right. So now we're talking about how, right? We're talking about how to build this networking. Um, One of those things that you need is setting networking goals, right? Like when you want to say you want to build a, a network, professional network, right? What is the aim? What do you want to achieve with that? These are some of the examples. It could be job opportunities, it could be exchange of knowledge, right? And you will not you will believe me with the dynamism of the field we are in. Exchange of knowledge is something that is very crucial, and of course, job opportunities is also paramount, are also paramount, right? So you choose what is the reason that will aid how you move in setting, and that will aid how you move in building your network opportunities. And I believe most of us know about SMART. So when you are setting, you need to set your goals, right? Your networking goals. Um, right, maybe for example in the next 1 month you want to go to 2 or 3 tech events, right? Or you want to, you know, join a particular fellowship. I know someone that traveled recently because of one fellowship, and just like a joke, things are worked. The person is abroad, touring different countries and making different presentations and all of that, just because he's I think it's a Mandela Fellowship, if I'm not mistaken. But that's just by the way. So you said your goals, what you want to achieve over a certain period of time. So it should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be achievable, it should be relevant and time bound. Just like I gave example with 2 months. So I have a tip here. It says remember networking is about building meaningful relationship. So focus on quality interaction rather than quantity. So don't go in your setting your goals, don't go for quantity. Don't get carried away. Rather focus on quality, because just one quality goal can change your life significantly. Um, Identify networking opportunities. Identify networking opportunities. If you're a project manager, for example, one is events and conferences. If you're a project manager or product manager, you may get to see events or conferences that has to do with project managing within your location or somewhere not very far from you. I have seen people travel distances, right? And they long distances and they go and pay to attend events and conferences. Sometimes you think like you're not gonna get paid and you're spending much, and they're not going to give you gifts. So why spend so much to just attend a conference? Well, people do that actually to build strong networks. That's one of the reasons, and to also learn from others, right? Um, so these events, they are free events. There are events, different event sites that you can go to and register. This event site, you register with your location and the kind of things you want to see. So they will be bringing relevant events based on the information you provided. They bring in relevant events your way. Platforms like Eventbrite or All Events. These are events sites that can really be helpful. You register, give them the required information, and they will bring in relevant information, relevant events your way. The second one is professional organizations, right? So join relevant professional bodies and associations. So if there are fellowships that you can join, just like I mentioned the Mandela Fellowship, if there are fellowships that you can join, organizations, bodies for maybe software engineers, if you're into software engineering, or you're aspiring to establish yourself there. You can also go to groups or professional bodies that have to do with whatever you're doing, designers, whatever. So prioritize such organizations and be part of them. One, the last but not the least, this is not an exhaustive list, by the way. Is online platforms. Okay, LinkedIn has helped me personally greatly. So it's one of those platforms that you can utilize actually to build such networks. Simply by, for example, I want to give example with LinkedIn. For example, because of planning for events, how you go out looking for speakers and all of that, it has helped me build significant network. Some people were very happy to come and speak in some of our events here at Bincom, and that has helped us significantly to build strong relationships. And even on short notice, a lot of them I can bring them to do something for me simply because we established that relationship, and we did that through LinkedIn actually. So we have cold emails, right? Send people cold messages, even on LinkedIn. Some of them will respond, some of them will not respond, and all of that. So GitHub too is also a place you want to be. For example, like you're a developer, and other sites too. There are different Hello, can you still hear me? Somehow I just went off. I don't know what happened.
We couldn't at some point, but now we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Um, so I believe you can still see my screen, right? Please, at what point did you stop hearing me? You had everything I said regarding um online platforms. Hello?
Yeah, I had part of the online platform, but majorly the professional organization was the last.
Okay. Okay. So I know I gave an example with myself of how LinkedIn has helped me to build network, and one of the tools inside LinkedIn associated with LinkedIn is when organizing an event for Bincom Dev Center, looking for speakers, right? Send cold messages and all of that. Some will respond, some will not. Right? I said for developers, you can go to platforms like GitHub. It is really helpful. It can change someone's life. I think you can be even a developer and not be on GitHub, right? And other professional networking sites, I give example of Reddit. I give example of Quora. So it's important for you to be on such platforms. It helps you build strong networks. So online platforms, mostly the professional ones, of course. And that is why we have things like I don't know what is the name of this microservice that we need to go on. Is it knowledge exchange? Yeah, knowledge exchange. Right. So that talks about joining some of these professional online platforms. Um, so networking, effective networking strategies. Uh, One of the things that you should have uh, at arm's stretch is um, summary of yourself, right? That is what I'm referring to as elevator pitch here, right? Summary of yourself, something that can introduce you like in just few slides about yourself, something that tells people that tell people about yourself, something concise, something something that is loaded, right? Not something vague, not something shallow, just something that tells it's short, it should be concise, but it should say significantly what you do and what you represent, the value you bring to the table, perhaps your experience and all of those things, your background. Should be short, should be concise, but it should be rich, right? It's one of those things that you should have, that you can easily share. People ask for these things, right? People ask for these things. Yeah, and of course, you can even attach a photo of you. It's good. You should have a professional photo. I think now I also have a professional photo, so you should have a professional photo that you can easily attach to your elevator pitch. Um, the second one here on this list is active listening, right? And whenever you are at an event, conference, or on a meeting like this with others, right? And well, we remember we're talking about building um, professional network, right? One of those things is you should keenly listen to people, right? Keenly listen to people when they are talking about their ideas or things like that, or they're making a pitch. Keenly listen to people. It will help you to understand what they are talking about, and you'll be able to contribute. Uh, you'll be able to contribute something very good, right? Something that can capture people's attention, right? So when you show genuine interest, it's really great. It helps you understand these things better. It helps you understand people's work and helps you to understand people's perspective, thereby you contributing in a way that is very important. And people, when you are interacting with people, they know, they perceive, they can perceive if you are actively listening to them, and that may attract them to you or something like that, right? So active listening is very important when you find yourself amongst um, professionals that you want to build a network with. So follow up, right? You meet people, you send messages, right? You can send messages, you can send email. After you build this network, of course, communication need to be kept, right? You need to water the communication to make sure that the relationship does not die. I'm not saying you should act desperate, but actually extend. You should follow up, do good follow-ups, maybe at intervals. That will depend on you what the interval will be, and it depends on how the relationship is or who is the person you're interacting with. But just follow up. Don't just allow it like that on and wait until you need something before you go back to them. Right? When you see opportunities that they may be interested in, you may send it their way, right? That is also one of the forms of follow up, checking up on them, maybe their birthdays, something, maybe important occasions or milestones, even in their careers and all of that. This is very crucial. It's very crucial. So there are so many things that you can say about uh, building a professional network, but I just decided to make this slide short because I know that I have limited time. In fact, at some point I even thought there will be two speakers. So we'll just now go for Q&A. If there are questions, we can all listen. Anybody can contribute. If there is any question or contribution, I know a lot of you may have something to say since this is not something that is um I think I can start. Since this is not something that is like knowledge track specific, right? It's not for a certain niche, it's for everyone. So I know someone may have something to say. Do you have questions or contributions? Anybody?
Okay. I have a question.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, so you said